This is the Pete and Sebastian Show with Pete Correale and Sebastian Maniscalco.
Hey, Biscuit! It's Jimmy from Boston. Listen, I'd love to bust Watts balls, but honestly, the guy was not only a class act and a gentleman, he was funny. So what we really need to know is, how's Biscuit doing with his new head of lettuce? You out there running around Hollywood looking like your old idol Jack Tripper or what, kid? Later.
Do I wait for words, Lou, or do I start?
I think you just did.
Pete, you fall asleep.
No, I felt like he was playing it for a reason, so we'd hear some words, maybe you have to do with hair, and then I'd start. And then it's just bum, bum, bum. But Pete and Sebastian Show, we are back. And I'm Pete Correale. That is Sebastian Maniscalco, baby. Lou behind the glass. And Sebastian, I'm just echoing what Jimmy's saying and what you hilariously just said to me before the show. Let's get into hair restoration.
Let's right off the bat.
How you feeling, dude?
Let me set the stage for you right now because I have headphones on. And generally, when I wear the headphones, they lay right across the crown of the head. So I have a few hairs, new hairs there that cannot be touched. So I'm kind of almost hanging on to the earbuds or the what do you call them, Lou? These earmuffs? Headphones. By my hands, so it doesn't touch my head whatsoever.
Yes.
So it's almost like I'm singing a ballad. That's what I look like right now.
Oh.
like I'm singing a ballad in the studio.
What is that with the one ear when they do that, man?
I don't know why they gotta do that.
And then their eyes are squinted and they're holding that hand up to that thing. Wow. Are you in pain is the first question.
No pain. So let me take you back last week. Go in at 7:30. I had to bring Lana in because the guy was going to draw in the hairline. And, of course, Lana had to approve because this is something that, once it's done, it's done. You can't go back and go, we don't like it. So Lana comes in 7:30 in the morning. This guy draws me up. Lana gives the nod on the hairline, and I go in the room. Now, I'm not familiar with drugs. I'm just not. I don't do any antidepressants. I don't do Valium, sleeping pills, none of it. Right. So what he told me was he's going to give me a Valium. I've never had a Valium before, so I don't even know. I feel like my just original state is on a Valium. My heart rate is at 52 beats per minute when resting. So I'm almost dead, really. Right?
Hold on. What's the average heartbeat, Lou? Can we get a Google on that? And
Lou,
number two.
I think it's about 72 to 80, if I'm not mistaken. But Lou, do a Google that shit and see if I'm right on that.
And you never took a Valium before that? Holy.
60 to 100 beats a minute, normal.
60 to 100. Okay, that's a big gap. But I'm at 52, so that's at the low end. So that's like on a Valium already.
Yeah.
Right?
You're already in deep. Yeah, you're low.
I'm low. So I walk in the room, anesthesiologist comes in, and I'm sorry, but I look at people based on appearance, and I start making judgments right off the bat.
That's your job. That's your job.
That's my job. She walks in, and she looks like she took 2 Valium before she got to work, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry. The anesthesiologist shouldn't be, more looped out than I am.
What do you mean looped out? Because that's a very dangerous job. My wife's good friend does it, and I want someone relaxed at the wheel doing that. I don't want them nervous. So are you mistaking this for just someone who's calm? What do you mean loopy?
No, it's not loopy, just kind of like lackadaisical. I just would think that the anesthesiologist, if she's going to put you under,
Yeah.
she's got to be like, she's got to be awake. She looked like, it's like, it's 7:30 in the morning. This is what I got a problem with. 7:30 in the morning, everybody's just getting up, right?
Right.
I'd rather do a surgery at noon when people had like, couple coffees in them. The day's hot and heavy already. So noon, hey, let's do that surgery. 6 o'clock in the morning, people are rolling around. Oh God, I got to put this guy under. I just don't think the attitude for a surgery is at the all-time peak at 7 o'clock in the morning. Do you?
They say the brain is sharp early in the morning, but it's the same thing with a pilot. When I got a 7:30 a.m. flight, if I see my pilot yawn, I'm like, guy, what the fuck? You should have been up by 3, guy. You're supposed to be in bed by 8. So that's, I don't mind the 7 o'clock, but I'm thinking the anesthesiologist should have been in bed like right after the 6 o'clock news. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She's got your life in her hands. And by the way, did she Google your name? She should have been in bed by 5.
I would think she would come in, and if she's giving me a Valium, she would have took some speed or something to be on her game. Let's get organized. She's gonna put me down. She's gonna put me down.
Shit,
it's
bro.
a dangerous job. One puff too much, and Lana's coming in and I got a toe tag on me.
They're erasing the hairline. Nah, fuck it now. He's dead. I'll just clean him up for the week.
Put the hair in for the coffin and call it a night.
That's a good question. Do they do that? Do they do the hair transplant just to look good at the wake anyway? Fuck it.
Maybe. Listen, if I was gonna die, I would hope they would finish the job so I would look coffin ready.
I hear you. I hear you, man.
So she comes in, and I felt like I didn't really get a lot of instruction in regards to the anesthesia. They gave me the Valium, and then a half hour later, they said, start sucking on the laughing gas. So I start sucking, but like it's like it's like a tube that you suck, gas out of. So I'm sucking, but I ain't feeling anything, right?
Right.
But no one's telling me suck harder, suck slower, longer. No one's like giving me any instruction. So I do it as long as I think I should do it, and then he's going to start taking hair out of my head. Now, before they do that, they Novocaine the head. So they're putting numbing, like shots in my skull to numb my head too.
And the lady, okay, so you weren't going unconscious. You were just going. Oh, all right, bro. The lady could do that drunk. Nobody dies from laughing gas.
Why? This is a cocktail of anesthesia, man. I'm sorry. Okay,
Really?
I got Valium, right? Then I got the gas. Then I got the Novocaine.
Now, when you suck this tube, though, is it like a? Is it? Do you feel like you can get a bigger hit or a lesser hit if you want, or is it restricted?
I feel like there's a bigger hit in me, but I am so nervous with this stuff that I'm thinking if I do a couple big hits, then she's gonna go, "What are you doing?" I just felt like the instructions were not given to me.
Oh, they're gonna be like, oh my God, nobody sucked the tube that hard in 35 years of giving this shit.
So I'm sitting there, and he has to flip me on. It's like a massage table with a cradle that you put your head in. Okay. The cradle was as hard as a rock, and it wasn't wide enough for my face, so it was very small. So my face was smushed in there, and then he takes, I don't know what it was. It's like when they're doing an operation and you're awake to hear what's going on, but you can't see the tool. It bothers me. I got to see the tool. Right?
Okay.
So I just hear zzz, 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 and I'm feeling it in the back of my head. But I'm feeling it's tolerable. I would call the feeling discomfort rather than pain.
Right.
So I'm like, what the fuck is this guy doing back there? That I'm feeling it like this. So after about 10 minutes, I go, "Hey doc, I'm feeling it." And he goes, "What?" Like I'm sorry. The doctor in my eye should be calm at all times. Like, he's like, you're feeling it? Like, he was shocked that I was feeling it.
This is blowing me away right now. I can't believe he didn't ask you. I mean, dentists say, let me know when you don't feel anything and blah, blah, blah. And number two, the bedside manner that, like you said, he's freaking out. Now, that makes you freak out, right?
Yeah, like, I'm like, oh, I should have took more. I go, no, I'm feeling it. He goes, all right, let's Novocaine. Let's put more Novocaine in your head. So he did that. And
how do they do that? The Novocaine in your
head? It's
like
a needle. It's like how they.
So they just do it all over your head?
Yeah, like they put a syringe in your head and they pump Novocaine in the area that they're going to be working on.
Holy shit! So the volume must be just to deal with the needle for the head.
I don't know what all this shit's for. I would
pecking order.
Yeah, just give me a shot, put me out, and do the damn thing. Why do we got to do 3 different things, right?
I know. I should just wake up with a red comb with a bow on it to my right. That's it. It went well. There's your comb. Don't use it for 2 weeks. Boom. I'm not vibing this at all, bro. I can't believe you had to tell him you're feeling pain.
I'm feeling pain. So he's going to take out, let's say, I say about 40 minutes into this thing, they're counting how many hairs they're taking out of my head, right? By the end of it, 1,957 hairs individually extracted from the back and sides of my head. All right?
Holy shit. I'd love to know. I'd love to see them all in a cluster to see how many that is.
Well, as they're taking them out, and I forgot to tell you this, before they start drilling the back of my head for hair, they drill the top of my head with holes. So they put 2,000 slits in my head so they could put the 2,000 hairs in the slits.
So it's like they dug, like if you were going to plant carrots.
Yeah.
They dig the holes, then we go dig up the old carrots and put... Yeah. Oh my! So I mean, they're obviously tiny, but like, holy shit! When the Novocaine wore off, did your head hurt?
Well, so I got about 6 people in the room at all times, right? There's the doctor taking the hair out, and then when he takes the hair out, there's a nurse there with a little prong or with a little tweezers that takes it, puts it in a petri dish, and there's 2 people on the top of my head. There's people counting the hair. It's a full assembly line in there of hair.
Now, this is so fascinating. Hold on, though. Has there ever been any talk of, and is it possible just to give you somebody else's hair? Or does it have to...
Ask that question. I said, first of all, can you take my buddy Pete's hair and put it in my head? And the answer is no. The body will reject foreign hair. But I did find out you could take hair from anywhere on your body and put it in your head, and it will grow.
Oh,
so you could take your leg hair, put it in your body. But do you know where the best place other than your head to extract hair that would best suit your head? Could you guess?
If I had to guess, I would say right around the asshole, in between the asshole and the ball sack.
Oh, jeez.
What, look, man? This shit grows in shade, bro.
Lou, you got a guess on that?
Yeah, I'm going to say chest.
No, it's actually the neck.
Oh, so you don't really have any, right? No one. Who has neck hair? You mean the back of your neck?
No. Below your chin.
My beard? Like your beard?
Yeah, your beard.
So why didn't you just do that then, dude?
No, it's not the same. I mean, if you had to, you could go there, but it's not going to match perfectly. If you have it on your head, obviously that's where you have to get it from. But let's say I didn't have any hair and they wanted to, make a head of hair.
Well, I mean, I don't got enough on below my chin either for my whole head, but I'm just thinking, it grows thick down there, consistent, right? I don't know. So
A moist environment.
So yeah, this whole process is fascinating. So when they're extracting the hair, did you ever find out what the instrument was that they were using? How they were pulling?
Yeah, it looks like a pencil, but it's an electric machine that basically takes out the entire hair and the follicle, and then they replace that in the top of your head, and they start to fill in the hairline. Now, here's another thing, and I haven't had many surgeries. I think this is, I wouldn't even call this, I would call this a procedure. I wouldn't call this a surgery. All right. Surgery to me is you're out. There's people, there's a lot of metal in the room, and there's a lot of blood, and there's things. This is a procedure, right?
And usually with a surgery, I equate a surgery with you have to have it, man. And this is you have to have
this is elective.
Yeah.
So but with anything medical, there were times where they were talking about other things rather than what was going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, he goes, yeah, that convention's in San Francisco next week. And listen, I go, convention? I got 2,000 hairs that you just plucked out of my skin. Let's worry about putting them back in the head before we start talking about the convention at the Marriott.
100%, man.
Right.
If you plan on talking about shit other than the surgery, you should have put me under. Then you could have talked to your heart's content. But I'm awake. You're operating on me, and I would feel like they're not focused. But maybe they feel, bro, that by talking about something else, they're easing your mind by not going, hand me the pencil. Oh, shoot, Sally. Oh, never mind. That would make you nervous.
Yeah. I get the technique, but for me as a patient, that's all I want to hear up top is, oh, look at the. Yeah, you just comment on the hair, maybe. Just, oh man, the guy's got thin hair. Whatever. I just don't want to hear Marriott in San Francisco in the middle of the procedure.
100%.
Then he's telling me, then this guy is a great doctor. He's like on the forefront of what's going on, and he's telling everybody. And I'm sorry, but it's like I'm in the room. I could hear what he's saying. He goes, yeah, that the doctor out of Delaware is up for the Golden Follicle Award. Oh my! I go, bro. There's a Golden Follicle Award. They give somebody like a hair statue every year.
This is
fascinating.
Like there was a sitcom and they were going for the Golden Follicle Award ceremony. You'd be like, typical sitcom.
Right? Oh,
how come this guy wasn't up for the Golden Follicle, or did he already win it a few
I think
times?
this guy's got multiple golden follicles.
I think the follicles is his. It's like him. It looks like him. It's a statue of him with the pencil.
Oh yeah, it's like he's like the Oscar award of.
He's the Oscar for the Golden Follicle.
To that I say, all right. To that I say, just keep living, huh? Thank you.
Oh man!
So how long was this going on? This whole procedure.
So then, 12:30, we break for lunch. Right? They bring
that's
in.
not a surgery.
I've never seen anything. They brought in a beautiful Middle Eastern chicken plate with long rice. You ever have that long rice? That Middle Eastern long rice? I don't know what the hell you call it, but it's like an off-white with also yellow in there. You ever had that, right? It's like almost like, what do they put on chop suey? That little, like those sticks, but I don't know. It's like a Middle Eastern rice that's a little dry. Anyway, it was fabulous.
Is this brought right into the room where they're working on you?
Yeah, on a tray. I sit up on my thing, and I'm eating chicken
Middle
and
Eastern food into the room where you got 2,000 little mini holes in your head and you're on gas and what is this, bro? What is this? This isn't like, this doesn't sound professional at all. And this guy's a follicle winner?
This guy's a follicle winner.
Don't
I'm
you-
eating a Middle Eastern garbage plate
feel like you should be
in the room, and I find a hair in the plate. Now, what's your thoughts on finding a hair in the chicken plate at a hair restoration place? What do you do? Is that grounds for sending it back, or do you just go, that's par for the course, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great joke, right? Bad news is a hair on my plate. Good news is I think we could use this, Doc.
Well, if it's mine, it's $163 piece of hair. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, $163 a hair. Maybe if we weren't talking about the convention center, it wouldn't have ended up in the fucking rice. Holy shit, bro. I mean, I kind of was ranting there for a second and you blew me off like I was wrong, but it just all sounds pretty casual.
Yeah, no, I know I blew you off, but I'm trying to make this sound as premium of an experience as it was. But as I'm talking now, it sounds like I went to the in and out of a follicle, a hair restoration
It
place.
really does. I mean, you're telling him you're not numb, and he's like, "What? A waka waka." Oh, maybe I should stop talking about my travel plans. And yeah, let me make it up. I'm going to buy you some shawarma. How's that sound, pal?
But there was another time this shit started to wear off, and he goes, take some more laughing gas. So this time, I went in there like I was blowing balloons. You know, I was taking big, deep breaths. So much so, my entire body started to tingle and go numb. Now I'm thinking, oh, this is where we need to be. Hey, this is what should have happened the first time around. Now I'm floating. So the first half of the surgery, I'm convinced I wasn't under any anesthesia whatsoever. I didn't even think they had the damn thing turned on. But the second half, it was much better. I got to tell you, 12 hours I was there, very uncomfortable, but in the end, I mean, and you saw the pictures. I didn't want to post any of those online. It was just a little too disgusting. I just sent it to you and Watt. But it hurt. I had a come home and sleep for 4 days straight on my back, and I had to put one of those neck pillows around my neck.
Yeah.
So I couldn't sleep on either side, which sucks. My face was swollen from the forehead, and it crept down to the eyes. So it kind of moved down my face.
You look banged up.
Yeah, it was. I was banged out, but yesterday I went in, and because the hair looked like shit, because they shaved the sides and they shaved the back, and this is not stylists. They just shave to get at it, and then you got to go fix it. So I look like alfalfa for 4 days straight. And yesterday I went in to get a haircut, so they blended it in, and I got to tell you right now, I might have found a new hairstyle, not with the hair that they put in me.
Yeah.
But this side cut short and the back, that street level, I got to tell you right now, it's a new look for me, man.
What are you doing? No, man. No, I saw the pictures.
Yeah, I know, but you didn't see what it looks like now. You saw after it was done when I was bleeding, for Christ's sake, and I had purple marker on the back of my head.
I know, but the idea of shaving the back of your head, and you're not a chili pepper guy. You're not a skateboarder. You're none of that stuff. You're a grown man. What do you?
I know.
We still all that surgery, and now we're gonna get rid of half the fucking hair. By the way, it is starting to look good, bro. That last photo you sent, it's amazing.
Oh, it's coming in. See, it's coming in, but the shitty part about it is the 2,000 hairs that they put in are gonna fall out in 2 to 4 weeks. So I'm gonna look like nothing happened, and then they start to grow, and by 4 to 6 months, you'll start to see a little difference. By 1 year, it'd be fully grown in. So this is a process. This is not an overnight thing. This is a process.
And you'll only grow hair with those 2,000, or does it stimulate possibly other hair growth?
No, it's only going to grow where they put it in. It's not going to fall out. That's permanent hair. Now, the hairs around it that are older hairs could fall out. And a lot of people I've heard go back for a second round. And, my buddy that had it done 2 years ago is going back in for another 2,000. So I don't know what's going to happen, but I have to tell you, the hairline, the way it looks currently and what's happening now in the front of my head is well worth the 12-hour procedure with no anesthesia.
Wow, man. There's these women in some temple, I saw it on TV once, but in India, where they have to get all their hair pulled out by hand. By two women pull their hair out until they're completely bald. It's painful. It takes like 12 hours. It's some unbelievable ritual. And you accidentally did that. You accidentally had that India ritual.
Oh,
no anesthesia. It doesn't sound like you had anesthesia the first time.
It doesn't either.
How does this doctor go 12 hours? That's pretty impressive too, man.
Well, he basically is the guy that extracts the hair, and then he's got nurses that put the hair in. So I guess the skill comes with taking the hair out, not necessarily putting it in. So yeah, man, I'm going in for my checkup, not this Saturday, but next Saturday. Today was my first day of actually shampooing the head with my hands. The last 5 or 6 days I've been doing it with this soft sponge, but today I actually went in there with my hands, and my head felt like I was reading Braille. That's what it feels like up there. A lot of scabs.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable, man. Holy shit. Thanks for sharing with us. This is a fascinating procedure. And please understand, when I said, does it stimulate other growth, I wasn't implying like, oh, what about the others going to fall out? I thought maybe it was like sunflowers, where when they first fall out, they grow more, Like, so who knows, man? Like, if your hairline was stopping where it was stopping anyway, and you fill that in, boom, that's it. Done. Yeah. Back in the game for you, for what mattered to you.
Game.
My hair. I work on my hair a long time, and you hit it. He hits my hair.
Check it out.
The Pete and Sebastian Show.
So you're still going to that wedding?
Yeah, I'm going to the wedding tomorrow. We're leaving tomorrow, and I had to buy a hat, and I'm not a big hat guy. So I can't be exposed to the sun, really. So I had to buy like a baseball hat, and I have to put sunscreen on the head 4 to 6 months. I can't really be exposed to the sun. So I got to walk around with this hat. But I got a new nice hat. I didn't go like baseball, like
right.
Like do you have a baseball? Not the style, but does your hat say Yankees or Mets?
I don't care if it's a gas station. If it looks good and fits good. Is this an outdoor wedding? Why aren't you going with like a fedora? Or I just don't see you wearing a baseball cap at all, bro.
Nah, and my head don't work with first of all, it doesn't work with hats in general. Secondly, a fedora, I'm gonna look like an idiot. So I just got this like kind of trucker looking hat, gray and black with a nice brim on it. Sits high on the head, one of those like high hats.
I just don't see. I see you in a hat the way I see, George Clooney in cut off shorts. Just
I agree.
So I mean, how do you say you like fedora's an idiot, and then you hit me with a gray trucker hat? What about one of those Rocky hats? Is that a fedora?
Yeah, that's fedora.
Yeah, that's but the problem with those hats is they kind of rest on the hairline, and it might disrupt the new hair.
Totally.
So I got to find something that kind of just kind of, it's almost like a cone head. I got to just find something that just slips over the head nice and easy. So I got my hat. We're going to the wedding. 4 days. It's and you know, my baby's really Serafina's really taking a toll. I mean, with the traveling and the international travel, and then coming back, and she had to get one more of the shots. She looks beat out. She looked like somebody threw her out of an airplane. So the poor girl. I feel bad.
Yeah, I know. I listen. We just Sadie had a bunch of days sleepover and this and that, and then I threw them all back in the camper, and I kind of sensed that the Correale clan weren't as psyched to go away again as I was. So we cut it early. She was shot too. So
So you were planning on going camping this whole week?
Well, at least till like Friday. Yeah, I was gonna go back up to the Adirondacks, but I pushed it. You know, I was like, well, let's go, and everyone they were kind of into it, and then when it got closer, Jackie and Sadie were like, yeah, we're into it. And then, you know, when I knew they weren't like totally into it, we were going to leave at 8 in the morning, and I was packed and ready to go. Neither one of them were even up at 8, let alone ready. And I'm like,
I'm gonna have fun, and you're gonna have fun. We're all gonna have so much fucking fun we'll need plastic surgery to remove our goddamn smiles. You'll be whistling Symphony Doodah out of your assholes.
so we went, and it was a good time, but the rain was horrible. But I got a story, dude.
What do you got?
So this time we stayed at a different campsite. We like to try something new in outside of a town called Inlet. And we stayed at another state campground, and we heard this one was a little more private and secluded. And it was. You get there, it's giant woods everywhere. When you check in, they give you to fill out the form and sign here about keeping your food out of sight because it's bare, you know. But then when we get to and the lady goes, yeah, we got some traps set now. So I was like, what the? I didn't know what she meant by that. I didn't think twice. So I get to my site, which is pretty secluded, except there's a couple sites to my right, like right next to me, but nothing to the left. Woods, as far back as you can go. And they have what's called bear bins, which I have them a lot out west when you camp. I don't see them too much around in the east. But it's basically these big metal bins. So when you're done doing whatever you're doing during the day or at night when you're going to go to sleep, you put all your shit in this bin and close it so a bear can't get at it. So, like I said, they usually have them out west. So anyway, we get there, we set up, we go get some dinner. Because we decide we're not going to cook a lot this trip. We're going to go out. So we come back to the site. It's about 7 o'clock at night. And I don't know if you've ever been to a regular campsite, but you basically got a picnic table, a little fire ring, and your tent, and that's it. Mm-hmm. So I pull into the dirt spot. I open up the car. I take 1 foot out, and I look over by the picnic table. Bro, we're talking, no exaggeration, black bear between 450 and 500 pounds. Beast. And Sadie's
Wait a minute. It's at your campsite?
It is not only at my campsite. Sadie had, only thing we left there was a little plastic bag with her princesses in it, princess dolls, little ones. And the bear, because I thought it was pure just sniff, and then that's food and I go for it. But what I found out was that if there's anything even on the table, so the bear was up there sniffing, just nibbling on Sadie's princess dolls, and it was just getting dark. It was like 7:30, and this thing was black as black. So I take 1 step out, and I'd say it's about 30 feet away, and I go, holy shit, and I get right back in the car, and I go, guys, look by the picnic table right there, holy shit, look at that, bear. And Jackie's like, oh my God, Sadie, look. And we have all the windows down, and this thing ain't going nowhere. It's not even afraid. I got the lights on, and it just slowly looks over, and I mean, just a healthy, big, dark, black bear. And then slowly it starts to walk off into the woods. So we get out, and you know, and Jackie's like, God, what the fuck, man? You know, and I go, what? And you know, me and Sadie are looking into the woods with the flashlights, and then we see it go to the site next to ours, which was empty, and it's just sniffing around. I go, there it is, look. And then it sees our flashlight, and it slowly goes back out into the woods. So I know, dude. You never see. I've seen them like twice ever. It was unbelievable, right?
Was the bear on its hind legs? Was it like standing up tall? Give us a description of.
It was on its hind legs with its two front paws on the picnic table, and its neck and face leaning into the middle of the picnic table, and its nose just poking at the little Glad Ziploc bag with the things in it.
How tall are we talking? You said 500 pounds, but like, what are we talking? 7 feet? What?
Well, I no, when it's no, because it was lean. It wasn't standing straight up. It was just leaning over the picnic table. So I can only tell you when it was like on all fours, probably like easily up to your waist, like maybe your belly button on all fours, dude. And
belly button on all. Okay, so we've had this discussion in the past. Do you think if push came to shove, you could have taken this fucking bear?
You know, man, no way. No way. And it's funny because just last week at the soccer field, a friend of mine has land where my father-in-law has land. And my father-in-law was at the soccer field, too, watching the girls play soccer, kids. And the guy goes, hey, check out this photo. He says to my father-in-law, Mike, check out this photo I got on my camera on my land. I found it last night, so this thing is probably on your land too, because their land is right by each other. And it was a bear, a little smaller than the one I saw, but a big black bear. And I said to them, guys, so do you think a real healthy pit bull and goes against that black bear, who wins in a fight? And they both instantly were like, you kidding me? The pit bull would get its ass, get be fucking mauled. I'm like, really? And they're like, do you have any idea how strong a bear is? Right? Like, we talked about that, I know. So, check out this, bro. Here's the second part of the story. So, Jackie's like a little uneasy. She's like, we got Sadie. This is, and we got it. That night, Sadie goes to bed. That night, this first night, we all go to bed later on. And it's about 12:30 at night. And all of a sudden, Jackie's sleeping with Sadie. I'm on the other side of the camper. You hear someone like rattling ice and moving a cooler around, and I'm like, what the fuck is redoing their cooler now? And then the whole cooler dumps, and you hear all the beers and shit, and I'm like, are you kidding me? What the? And then it sounds like someone's putting the beers back in. Jackie goes, Guy, do you hear that? And she goes, well, what kind of asshole's doing that? I go, I know, I have no idea. And then all of a sudden, you start seeing flashlights go on. And this is the right next to us. This is about 30, 40 feet from our tent is a camper, is this camper. The lights go on, and the woman's like going, yeah, he just left. And then some of the other people came out. It turns out, too bad, one that we saw and another one. But the one that we saw hopped up in the guy next to us in the middle of the night, hopped into the back of the guy's pickup truck and slid a giant cooler. Kept sliding it until he finally, because the gate was down, till he slid it right off of the goddamn truck, smashed all the beer and soda onto the ground, and then was just trying to lap up anything that broke. That's what we heard. And it was right. So now everyone's like going, oh, God, they didn't get it with the trap yet. And I'm like, me and Jack, you're in a camper. I'm like, look at them. It's like a mob lynching out there. I go, what the fuck, Jack? We have no reception at this site either. There's none. No phones. That's why when I talk to you or text you guys about the cast, I had to go to town. So we were isolated. And I'm like, Jackie goes, as soon as I heard bad, it's like the middle of the night, Sadie's sleeping, and she goes, oh, the guy, fuck this. We're out of here first thing in the morning. I go, when we were younger, you'd have thought this is so exciting. She's like, we're being stalked, dude. So, crazy. So then, the next morning, the guy at the site where the bear was, he came over and he's talking, his name is Jay, and he's like, yeah, we hit a cooler. I'm like, what the hell is that? And then we look out the camper and we see the bear, but we can't go out because it won't run away when we're yelling at it. And then, no sooner are we done talking, his daughter goes, Daddy, come over here. Look at this. She's a 7-year-old girl. I'm not kidding you. She's in the woods about 20 feet away from where Sadie sleeps. And she goes, look at this, Dad. It was their food. The bear had dragged some of the food away and ate the food like 20 feet away from Sadie's freaking
bed. Bro, I'm surprised you stayed After the first sighting of the bear, I would have told Lana, get the fuck in the car and let's get out of here. And you're telling me you're following this thing into the woods with a flashlight?
Yeah, because I figure, sees the flashlight, he'll get scared and run further. I wanted to make sure. Yeah. Well, black bear aren't. If I was a grizzly, if this was like out in Montana and that was a grizzly, I'm gone. I don't even take my shit, bro. I start the car and I never come back. But black bear are more about food, and you just gotta. I'm not saying I wasn't, gonna go out there and yell at it. It's also fascinating to me. But then the next night we stayed one more night, and Sadie's sleeping, and Jackie and I got a fire going, and I got the headlamp, and I'm looking at Jackie and we're talking, and she goes, "Can you turn it off? You keep looking at me and you're killing my eyes." And we're trying to hang up out a fire. So I go, fine. I turn it off, and we're just sitting there with a fire in lawn chairs, and behind us is a wall of darkness. And I go, Jack, this is fucking suicide. This thing is just going to come right out of the woods. I mean, I got to light up the woods, man. I got to fire it up. And she's like, so every 30 seconds we do a quick flash of the woods to look for eyeballs, and then we turn it off, do a couple of hit skis, hang out, turn it back. And I was like, oh, this is. Finally, we'll lock it up, shut it down, let's get out of here.
Shut it down, man. You're putting the family in danger out there.
Yeah, I mean, can you imagine? Oh, and the guy next to us, this is what all add to it. He's like, last year, he goes, I came to this site last year, and he goes, I don't know if this is the same bear, but they have problems here. And last year, they caught a bear because they have this big barrel, and that's the trap. They put food in there, and then the barrel comes down on it. And he goes, last year, we went up to check out the barrel. Me and my buddy knew where it was. And at the same time, the ranger showed up, the game warden. And he's like, you want to see? We got one. And we go and look at it, and the game warden goes, oh, it's a female again. And they go, how do you know it's a female? And he goes, look at the tag under the left ear. And he goes, we tagged this bear. It's been back for a while now. He goes, but we tagged it last year, and we flew it 110 flying miles straight up away from the Adirondacks. And this bear, in 6 months, made its way back. Even during hibernation, when other bears are sleeping, this bear was making its way back to this campsite. Very territorial animals.
Man.
And lastly, the guy who was telling me a story, he said, bro, last year, we came back. We had no food in the camper or nothing. And my camper was ripped up. Like the bedding, same thing where Sadie sleeps, like in the overhang. Yeah. Because we weren't in it or anything, but it was all ripped up, and the bear was eating the foam. And I'm like, what the fuck was the bear eating the foam for? I couldn't figure out why. And then I realized my daughter, because she doesn't like the smell, she's little, she's been spraying apple cinnamon Glade in her bed every night and day because she likes the smell of it. So the bear's gnawing on the bed when they're gone. Holy shit!
Oh man, these bears are like
a problem.
Listen, I think you found bears that are kind of like bad kids, like this behavior doesn't sound right to me. It's like bears that weren't raised properly.
Oh yeah, no, campground bears are they're called nuisance bears, and if they don't, when you get
rid
of
trash of people, right?
Yeah.
Real tomato ketchup, Patty? Oh, nothing but the best.
Grizzly bears and stuff like that, you're supposed to play dead. But a black bear, if it attacks you, you're supposed to fight back. This bear, if it attacked me and my life was in the balance, I honestly think I might win. It was not very big, bro.
There is no way Petey is kicking a bear's ass.
So I have a quick question, by the way, switching gears. Jackie, which I'm not against, I kind of like it, it's fun, but we started this thing where whenever we go someplace with the camper, we get a bumper sticker and put it on the back of the camper of where we were. It's cheesy, whatever, right? The whole thing. Yeah. But do you think if I go to sell this camper someday and it's got 50 bumper stickers on it, that's decreasing the value, or is it making it more quiche? cheeky. I don't know.
Yeah. I go to look at the camper and it's got 50 bumper stickers. It's a deal breaker.
Yeah, right. You're not going, wow, baby, look at where this thing's been.
I look at that and I go, it's got a lot of miles on it. It's been used a lot.
That's what I'm thinking. Every time you slap another bumper sticker on the camper, it's just one more one more dollar you're not getting for it. It's worthless. You should burn it.
That's what I say. I say if you're gonna do it, you're gonna have to remove the bumper sticker on the sale.
If I'm in the used camper sales business someday, bro, then my life is completely rock bottom.
My love, there's only you in my life.
Oh, I got the wedding. I gotta ask you something. Like, Lana's gonna give a speech. It's her brother getting married, right? And,
oh, nice, man. That'll be fun.
Yeah, so I know my wife, when it comes to public speaking, it's kind of like, people say they're going to wing it, and then they get up there, and it just never pans out.
Yeah.
How do you feel about me being involved in my wife's speech?
From a performance standpoint or ghostwrite?
No, I'm talking performance.
No, I don't.
I feel like if that's what I do for a living, and I'm not up there helping her out, it's like, and this is just, believe me when I say this is strictly for comedy, but I feel like you got a starter on the bench. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like,
that's a tough call. I on one hand, I see it that way, but I mean, first of all, you don't give speeches for a living. So just to clarify that, so it's not exactly what you do for a living.
Well, I mean, it's public speaking. It's something that, like, a lot of people, and at the last wedding I was at, bro, it was awful. Everybody that went up there, I was like, oh, sit down.
Well, you want me to be the negative audience, the negative guest that the others might be saying? A few?
Yeah. Give me the other viewpoint.
These entertainers are just unbelievable. Don't you agree, Bill? I mean, he clearly just had a hair transplant of some sort, and he still can't not be in the spotlight. It's not even his family. It's not even his speech to give. It's just like, the chutzpah of these entertainers. I agree, Carol. I agree. Yeah. His hair does look good, though.
You are right. That could be some chatter in the audience, or to be like, oh God, what he didn't have his set this week, so he's gonna make this his,
That's even better. Yeah, you working out? Oh, I feel for her. Just she must constantly be in his shadow. I mean, the one chance his wife has, I bet he high-fived the doctor after she gave birth. No, but I hear you, dude. But on the flip side, you got them going, oh, look at her. That poor girl struggling. And her husband, who does this for a living, is just sitting there with a smirk on his face. Unbelievable. How could he not help, Bill? How could he not help?
You're right. It's like, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. I don't know what the hell, how we're going to play this, but I know my wife, she's a procrastinator, and she's going to be like jotting ideas down at the dinner table before she gets called up there. It's just, she's no prep. There's no prep.
Well, did you ask her if she wants you or not?
Well, I started throwing out ideas because I know how this is going to go already. I go, how about you get up there and maybe you start like bumbling around? Because she does bumble. When she gets up there, there's a lot of, like, it's not very fluid.
I know, but she's got a real likable character about her, though. So, like, those ums, when you go or I go it sounds like two dummies that can't think of what they want to say. When she does it's like kind of adorable, and part of the personality.
Yeah,
You know?
you're right. So I don't know if I should go up. I told her this. I go, maybe we do this. You're trying to find out what to say, and then I come up and I go, listen, I think what Lana's trying to say, and then I hate to say this, I just take over.
Oh, not only do you, so you don't even want to help. You want to, like, you do what you're going to do, which is bomb, and then I'll save it. By the way, did it ever dawn on you, bro, that most people don't look at it as bombing or not? They just say what they say, their family loves them, and then they all go have a drink and laugh about it. But so, like,
oh no, come on. Listen, if you're at a wedding or you're anywhere that somebody's giving a speech or whatnot, you're not sitting there going, "Oh, I would have done that."
We do, because it's what we do, but not everybody. Lou, do you?
Yeah, right.
Okay, so I mean, other people are doing it, but I think Pete and I might do it to an extent that is really detailed. I'm looking at, you know what I'm looking at, and I'm surprised a lot of people don't know this technique. A lot of people don't know how to hold a microphone.
Now that I noticed.
Yeah.
I mean, it's down by the nipples, right? I mean, it's like, bring that thing up, man. Nobody could hear you. Here's another thing I can't stand, and I'm sorry, I saw this at the last wedding, and I don't know if you've seen this. When people take notes on their iPhone, and they bring their iPhone up, and they read off the iPhone. Have you seen that?
I can't say I've seen that, but I've seen the notes in general, like a piece of paper.
If you want to bring a piece of paper and glance every once in a while, I think a piece of paper or a note card works best on a podium, right? When you're like on the dance floor and you got an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper in your hand with a nice dress on, it sucks. I'm sorry. You lose the whole. You lose the whole thing, man. I mean, if you're at a podium, you could glance down at your note card and then kind of look up at the audience, say your statement, and then keep doing. But when you're exposed and you got a piece of paper, and the worst, if you got multiples stapled on the left-hand corner, and you got to flip the page, forget it. You lost half of the audience on the flip.
Absolutely, man. But listen, I'll take the hit here and kick it old school. I don't even know when we started letting the women do the speeches to begin with, man. It used to just be the guy with the fucking mic, and then we all get back at it. Now everyone in the sorority wants to say something. The last girl's going to sing the fucking sorority song. Holy shit.
Oh, you're right. There's a lot of people giving speeches now. It's like, okay, best man, maid of honor, whatever, the father, they got the third cousin that came in from Indiana. Get the shit down.
Yeah. Oh, man. It's become to the point now where I just ask when the best man's talking, like that's the headliner. When do I got to be back in the room for that? Let's stay and watch this warm-up act. Oh, man.
Oh, God, yeah, man. So it's going to be interesting to see these speeches, and then when Lana goes up, I got to give her some help. I don't think I'm going to take over, but I think we got to do some prep work before she gets up there.
Prep work, yeah, but bottom line, man, if she wants you to help. If she doesn't, then let her fly.
I'll let the baby go.
Yeah,
but I got a Greek theater show at Los Angeles September 8th. Get tickets at SebastianLive.com. Also, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania at the Wells Fargo Center. That's a big one. That's an arena. I'll be working with Joe Matarese nice. That weekend. Also at Wilkes Bar and Albany. San Francisco, we got 2 shows, September 20 and 21 at the Masonic. September 27th, we're in Milwaukee at the Riverside Theater. September 28th, Minneapolis at the State Theater, and Las Vegas, we added a show October 6 and 7 at the Coliseum at Caesar's Palace. Go to SebastianLive.com for more information. Also, available soon, I don't have a date yet, But the paperback is coming out of Stay Hungry. You still could get the hardcover at Amazon, but the paperback is coming out shortly. I'll give you guys the date on that.
Paperback. Nice,
Paperback,
dude.
Yes.
I like it, man. Okay, yeah. So anyway, I'll be next weekend. I will be at McGuire's and Governor's on Long Island, the 17th and 18th, is it, right? Or the 17th and 18th. But guys, don't forget, check me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I was a little dark the past couple days because of camping, but I'm very active getting into that. So meet me up on that if you want to ask any questions, or if you have any questions you want me to present on the show, that's a good spot to ask them too. All right, man. I'm glad you're doing better, brother.
I'm better. Thanks for joining us here on the Pete and Sebastian Show. We will see you guys next Friday. Take care.
The show has ended.
Do you know where the best place other than your head to extract hair that would best suit your head? Could you guess?
If I had to guess, I would say right around the asshole, in between the asshole and the ball sack.
Oh, jeez.
What, man? This shit grows in shade, bro.